The fall of Bleed Esports needs to be studied, guys. What is up? Welcome back to more CS news. Unfortunately, this past week brought to us by Kassad, who's been running things over at Bleed Esports. It's not just their CS roster, but all of their esports rosters now reporting hundreds of thousands of dollars owed and even scamming organizations out of buyouts in the counterstrike space. All of this being exposed by Kassad in seemingly an open letter to the public months after they tried to make things work with Bleed Esports. It just wasn't happening, as he explained why some players were even avoiding the team due to delayed payments and sometimes just not even paying at all. Here is the collapse of Bleed Esports and their CS2 team, now seemingly being completely done. As Kassad announced in a lengthy post, due to the latest news and development into the Bleed organization, we have decided to take things public. After months of attempting to resolve our internal issues privately, we feel compelled to share what has transpired and is still ongoing. Bleed's upper management team has consistently ignored our concerns, leaving us no choice but to go public. From the outset, we've grappled with delayed salary up to 4 months at a time, including buyouts, boot camps, and other payments. For reference, most of our players got their first salary in April when they signed their contracts in December. Before CQ for the RMR bootcamp was organized, it was paid 50% by Kassad and 50% by players. Other organizations have confirmed that they have failed to pay buyouts for several players and are still not paid to this day, threatening them with legal actions and going public with the information if they don't pay, and about 60% of tournament prize money still outstanding. Several times during the last 4 to 5 months, the team refused to play officials and to even practice weeks at a time until some of the payments were finally made. Multiple players from other divisions, including Dota 2, Valorant, and Rainbow Six, reached out to us with similar concerns, not to mention employees regularly giving notices about breaches of contract and delayed salaries. They've repeatedly lied about payments, made empty promises, and kept us hoping things will get better. Most of the time, we've been completely ignored by management, radio silence on their end. We're currently consulting with our legal teams to determine our next steps forward, and to move things forward, we plan to search for a new organization that can offer us stability and meet the essential requirements for effectively managing a team, and also referencing how the CEO of Bleed Esports has completely disappeared and is very hard to apparently find. We've also recently found out apparently criminal charges are being brought up against that same CEO, Mr. Mervin. We don't know the exact charges. It could even just be all of the players going against him or some previous allegations being brought forth, and we'll see if it even shows up to court. It was actually Bleed, though, who somehow had a response to all of this, maybe trying to calm the nerves of Bleed fans, which, by the way, this was weeks after they were also accused and confirmed to be delayed payments to a lot of their Valorant players or missing payments, and even Valorant themselves removing them from the VCT circuit. So not a great look. And it was Kassad who then quoted that and had all the list of people across not just Valorant and also CS2 and prize money and teams like Apeks and G2 who are owed money for players that were bought out and still have not been paid. So Bleed even scamming other esports organizations, and a list of players from other esports that we've also mentioned like R6 and Dota and more. This is not just a problem that pertains to their CS division, and that will be done. They will no longer have a CS2 roster. I can't imagine many players wanting to join Bleed at this time, but called out by Kassad and confirmed by many other players out there are the string of missing payments and owed funds to staff, players, talents, and teams out there who are all probably trying to maybe get that money before Bleed completely bleeds out. And that may explain why we've seen some of the struggles of Bleed, whether it be roster decisions and changes of the team over there. And like Kassad even said in his statement, players not even considering going to Bleed. When you hear rumors of a team not paying, it's not very convincing when they promise a paycheck, but sources say otherwise. It might take you 4 months to get it. These are tough times, and it's, again, a revolving circle we have seen in esports. I mentioned this on our main channel. We have seen this so frequently in esports. It oftentimes is the teams who also seem like they have the most money. I mean, you talk about Bleed Esports when they entered the scene so strongly, signing a guy like Ye in Valorant for reported, north of $1 million. You think they have big bags, but when it comes to delayed payments across several different esports teams, and it's so tough as a player, because do you want to be the first person to call this out and potentially lose your job? And certainly you won't be getting paid then. Or do you try and make it a month longer and keep on playing? It's a difficult situation between org and player. It just leaves you feeling bad for all those players out there owed thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. So Bleed Esports and CS is seemingly done. We will keep you all posted on this, and what a terrible freaking time. It's all too common in esports, guys, but until next time, hope you all enjoy. All right, drink up, stay hydrated, please. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Take care.